The golden age of America begins right now.
The Trump administration ordered all federal employees hired in diversity, equity, and inclusion roles to be placed on paid leave and eventually laid off.
These people have already served years in prison, and they've served them viciously. It's a disgusting prison. It's been horrible. It's inhumane. It's been a terrible, terrible thing.
How will Donald Trump's second term reshape the future of the United States? With a series of executive orders, bold decisions on immigration, the economy, and government staffing, Trump is making a statement right out of the gate. The actions taken so far hint at a government that's far from conventional, one that is ready to challenge established norms, especially in areas like defense, civil rights, and his approach to the ongoing political unrest. As he navigates his way through this second term, there is no doubt that his actions will spark intense debate and speculation. But what exactly has President Trump done to make headlines already in 2025? 1,500 troops to the southern border, a major military move. In his latest move, President Trump has ordered the deployment of 1,500 additional troops to the southern border. This decision comes as part of a broader effort to strengthen national security and curb illegal immigration. The deployment is in response to what the administration sees as a growing crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. As illegal border crossings have surged, the Trump administration has once again prioritized military intervention as a key tool to assert control and maintain law and order. This military escalation is part of a larger strategy that builds upon an executive order Trump signed just days ago, reinforcing his stance on border security. The announcement follows a series of controversial and hardline immigration policies that dominated his first term. Critics argue that such a large-scale military presence could lead to further tensions with Mexico, while supporters believe it's a necessary step to curb illegal migration and protect American jobs and safety. The political firestorm of Trump's executive orders. But the border security announcement is just one aspect of Trump's rapidly unfolding presidency. His administration's first few days have been marked by a wave of executive orders and directives that could change the face of federal governance in the United States. Trump has moved quickly to target programs aimed at diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, ordering federal agencies to put all employees working on DEI programs on paid administrative leave by 5 p.m. Wednesday. This controversial decision has sparked heated debate over the role of DEI initiatives in the federal workforce and how these changes will impact government employees and their jobs. Critics view this as a direct attack on progressive policies meant to address systemic inequality, while Trump and his allies defend it as a move to promote merit-based hiring and ensure that federal agencies prioritize performance over ideological considerations. The policy also highlights the broader tension in Trump's second term, where cultural and social issues are playing a central role in shaping his agenda. Legal battles. Ahead, birthright citizenship and government employees. Beyond the immediate executive actions, Trump's administration faces significant legal challenges, especially regarding his attempt to end birthright citizenship. This move would deny U.S. citizenship to children born in the country to non-citizen parents. Legal experts predict that this could ignite a long and drawn-out battle in the courts, with the outcome potentially reshaping U.S. immigration law for years to come. Additionally, Trump's effort to make it easier to fire career government employees has faced legal opposition. This initiative is designed to streamline the federal workforce and create a more efficient government, according to the administration. However, critics argue that it could lead to the dismissal of competent and experienced employees for political reasons, further politicizing the civil service. The January 6th pardons, a controversial legacy. One of the most controversial actions Trump took during the early days of his second term was the pardon of over 1,000 individuals convicted in connection with the January 6th Capitol attack. Many of these individuals were involved in the violent riots that stormed the Capitol, seeking to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The pardons have raised eyebrows, particularly given that some of those pardoned had been sentenced to lengthy prison terms, including Enrique Tarrio, the former leader of the Proud Boys, who was freed after serving a sentence for his role in the attack. For many Americans, these pardons have sparked outrage, as they are seen as a direct endorsement of the actions that led to the Capitol insurrection. Trump's defenders, however, argue that the individuals involved were merely patriots who stood up for what they believed in. This polarization has fueled further divisions in an already fractured political climate. Enrique Tarrio's return. The Proud Boys and Trump's pardons. One of the most visually striking moments from Trump's early days in office was the arrival of Enrique Tarrio at Miami International Airport after his release from prison. Tarrio, who had been sentenced to 22 years in prison for seditious conspiracy, was one of the highest-profile figures pardoned by Trump. His release is emblematic of the continuing fallout from the January 6th Capitol attack and Trump's decision to pardon those involved in the insurrection. Tarrio's return to the public spotlight is likely to reignite the national debate over the role of extremist groups in American politics. Supporters of Trump see Tarrio as a symbol of his willingness to fight for individuals who they believe were unfairly targeted by the government. For others, his release represents a dangerous normalization of violent rhetoric and actions that undermine American democracy. Trump's first interview, criticizing Biden's pardons. In his first sit-down interview as president, Trump wasted no time addressing his predecessor, Joe Biden. Trump criticized Biden's use of preemptive pardons, a practice that Biden had promised not to engage in during his campaign. Trump's comments reflect a broader narrative of contrast between the two presidents, with Trump positioning himself as a defender of justice for those who have been wronged, while Biden's actions are seen by Trump as weak and politically motivated. Trump's critique of Biden's pardon strategy was accompanied by a defense of his own actions, particularly the pardons he issued to individuals involved in the January 6th riots. Trump argued that those individuals were patriots who had been unfairly persecuted and that their actions should not overshadow their commitment to the country. What's next for Trump and the United States? As President Trump settles into his second term, the political landscape in the United States is more polarized than ever. The controversies surrounding his executive orders, the pardons, and his foreign and domestic policies promise to shape the rest of his term. Will these moves solidify his position as a champion of conservative values, or will they alienate voters who are tired of the chaos and division that have marked his time in office? With legal challenges on the horizon, business and political disputes to navigate, and the looming shadow of the 2024 election, Trump's second term is shaping up to be anything but predictable. One thing is for certain, the next few years will be a roller coaster ride for America, with Donald Trump at the helm. What do you think about Trump's actions in his second term so far? Do you believe his policies will benefit the country, or will they cause further divisions? Let us know your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.